Kayla. So I'm just doing an update to let you know where I'm at in my journey. I'm currently living back at home with my parents in Florida. I plan on being here for about 8 to 9 more months. I've already been here for about 3 months. Probably just under a year it will be total. My goal is to leave in mid-January. I would love to be on the road for my birthday, which is January 26th. But we'll see how things go. I have a dry erase board here that I would like to kind of give you an idea of the expenses that I have and the debts that I'm paying off and some of the things that I need to purchase before I leave on my trip. So if you haven't seen my intro video, I will link it down below. In it, I kind of briefly touch on that my current main goal is to backpack through Central America for at least 6 months. So let's get started. So I'm going to hold this right here. I know that it's kind of a little difficult to see, so I will do a close-up here in a few minutes. So right after I moved in, about a week afterwards, I ended up finding a job. I've been there for just about 3 months now. I just hit my 3-month mark a few days ago actually, and my current wage is only $8.50 an hour. One of the things that I would like is to kind of take you along on this journey with me and do updates every now and then just to kind of let you know where I'm at, if I have, crossed off any of these debts that I owe or purchased any of these items. Just so in case anybody out there is interested in traveling themselves, you can kind of get an idea of the process that I'm going through. So this is the first time I'm doing something of this magnitude. I've traveled solo before to different cities or countries, but I've always had friends that are in those destinations when I get there. So this will kind of be my first major solo trip where I'll be traveling alone and I won't really know anybody in the destinations. So everybody's story is a little bit different. I think creativity plays a huge role in making something like this happen. Some people are a lot more financially able to make this happen a lot quicker. Unfortunately, I'm not in that position. Like I said, I only make $8.50 an hour. So it's roughly $2.25 a week, give or take a little bit, depending on the hours that I get. I have considered getting a second job, but I work about 32 to 38 hours at this job that I currently have, and I just don't want to bust my ass like that. I'm already, pretty physically exhausted when I get home, and if I would have to go from one job straight to the other, probably would be working 6 or 7 days a week. I really wouldn't get any time off. I wouldn't have time to do these activities that I've been doing on the weekends. I wouldn't have time to shoot video, or I just wouldn't be in the mood for it. So I made the decision to just stick with the one job. Right now, this is what works for me. I am fortunate enough, since I am living with my parents, to be living rent-free. I do pay for my own food, my own gas, all of my expenses, everything like that. So one of the last jobs that I had when I was in New York was working basically as a contractor. I was working at an international news agency at the United Nations. I was just getting a paycheck every month. Taxes were not being taken out, so therefore this year I actually owe those taxes. So to start off with, I kind of wanted to put this on here. This is the state taxes that I owed, which is $486 to the state of New York for the state taxes. When I filed my taxes online, I went ahead and paid that up front. So that's taken care of, but it is nice to just put it on here. I could have not included it, but it is nice to see that that was one of the expenses that is paid in full. So just kind of motivation that, one of these things is already taken care of. So the second one is my federal taxes, which I originally owed $2,856, but I paid an initial payment of $50 and then another payment of $400 as I'm waiting for them to actually deduct payments from my checking account every month. I've set up an installment plan, so that should take about 5 to 6 months to pay. I'm paying about $400 every month. If I have extra, I might send in a payment or two here and there to kind of get it done a little bit quicker. But if I don't, then it'll just be about 5 to 6 months once they start taking out my taxes. So the next thing I have is credit card debt. So the card that I have, the first year was interest-free. I have since passed that year. So every month there's about $30 or so, $35 that are added in interest. I started off, the highest that I owed was $2,463.52. And I've paid off a little bit now and I'm at $2,300. Basically what I'm doing is I've decided to save up a little bit of money first to kind of have a buffer, like a cushion, and then the number one priority would be paying off the IRS with my federal taxes, and then after that the second priority will be paying off the credit card. So those are the expenses that I have every month, along with my phone bill, the gas for my car to get to and from work. So these are just a couple of expenses. I would like to get a new camera. The one I have, the one that I am recording on right now, is a Canon EOS M, which unfortunately has been discontinued. It's a really great camera, but the quality I think is only about 12.1 megapixels, I believe. And also I need a flip out LCD screen because I have to do kind of test runs before I start the videos, go back and forth, so that'll help out a lot to be able to compose shots a lot easier. So I've done a lot of research, and I think one of the better blogging cameras is the G7X. They actually just came out with the G7X Mark II just a little while ago, so that is the goal. I believe it's around 20 or 21 megapixels, has a flip out LCD screen. One of the only downfalls, I don't think it has a hot shoe, so I won't be able to attach this external microphone that I have, which is a Rode mic, which is on the camera that I have right now I'm using. So it's not completely ideal, but it will have better quality. It's about $700, so I budgeted $750 after, with paying sales tax. So that is on my list of things that I need to purchase. I also need to get a new MacBook. The one that I have is a 2006, so it's very limited in its capabilities. There's a lot of things that I can't download. I don't have editing software. So the ones that I was looking at are approximately $1,800, so I figure after sales taxes they'll be roughly around $2,000, give or take. So that's what I've budgeted for the new MacBook. The camera and the new computer are two very much essential things that I need. I also use for a lot of the hikes and the activities that I do. I've been using the GoPro Hero 4 Silver. The last category that I have is saving up for my backpacking trip. So I am budgeting $6,000 because I would like to be gone for at least 6 months. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, I don't know, but I'm planning on 6 months, so that's approximately $1,000 per month with accommodations and transportation and food and activities that I would like to do while I am on the road. So this is a list of the major expenses that I have. So yeah, I will give you a close-up version. So here is the state taxes, which are paid in full. Here are the federal taxes, which is the original that I owed plus what I have already paid. So this is what I owe now. Here is the credit card debt that I have, and that's what I owe now after I've made a few payments. This is my budget for the camera. This is my budget for the MacBook computer, and this is how much I would like to save. So once I get all of these taken care of, as well as the camera and the computer, then I will begin to start saving for my trip. I do have a rough plan of how I want to travel. I will be leaving out of Orlando here in Florida and flying to Cancun, Mexico, which is only about $99 to $130 currently one way. I was originally going to fly to Belize, but it's a lot cheaper to go from Orlando to Mexico and kind of work my way down the east coast of Mexico and into Belize, and then work my way through the rest of Central America. I do know the way that I want to travel from country to country, but I don't know yet which cities I'll be visiting in each country. So I plan on kind of having a rough idea before I leave about which cities and which activities that I want to do, but just kind of being very free about it. I don't want to be rushed. I want to stay in a city for as long as I wish. So if you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to continue on this journey with me, please hit the subscribe button below. And until the next video, I leave you with revolutionary love.